Ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Thursday, November the 11th, 2021. Hope you are all doing well. We are live here with the Daily Crow. Chris Phillips here of the Spurs Up Show as always. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Got a lot to get into here on a Thursday. Taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. You also see we're rocking some new merch with the Clem Sucks hat, fresh out of the box, by the way. Also, the wheels on the bus go round and round. Maybe some good vibes going into Mizzou weekend with Kevin Harris, the rushing attack, the running game. That's going to need to be so potent for the Gamecocks this weekend. Again, taking your questions, your comments, your calls. I see Brennan M., Cody Gaskins, Noah Johns, Travi, Wanda Wells, John Gibbs, Stephanie Lee. What's going on? Also, guys, if you're in the Big Cock Club Discord, head over to the TDC Questions channel, to be sure that your questions are answered. Again, we got a lot to get into. Podcast dropped this morning, episode 534. Had a great show last night at Tin Roof. Again, we are talking Mizzou. I think I'm finally off the Florida game. We've celebrated all week. It was awesome. It was great. I think all eyes, all attention, all focus has been turned to the Missouri Tigers and the Missouri game this week. And also, we got a basketball game tomorrow night. If you guys did not know, Gamecocks taking on the Princeton. What's their mascot? Tigers? Are they the Tigers? I don't know. Either way, Princeton. All right, let's see here. We got a call here. John, what's up, man? You're on the live show. What's going on?
Excellent. What's going on, man? I didn't even realize I was calling in during that time frame.
Yes. What's up, man? What's up? You are live, so everyone can hear you, just FYI. Anything you want to say to the crowd? I can give you a call back if this is business after the show, but I figure I'd take it either way.
Well, no, we spoke about potentially me coming on, talking about 5 points and the Workman campaign for mayor.
Yeah, for sure.
I actually just got off the phone with him right now, and he's interested in getting together maybe tomorrow if you're able to put us on. We'll talk about 5 points, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, dude, I'd be down for sure. We can set up a solid time if you want, and yeah, we'll make it happen. I'd love that.
All right, excellent, man. Well, just let me know after you guys get done with this podcast right now, and we'll set something out.
Cool. John, I appreciate you, my man. Always great to hear from you. I'll text you as soon as I'm done. Appreciate you, man.
Sounds
good stuff. Kind of just random. My guy, John Lamont, we're gonna do something special for you guys with 5 points, everything going on there, and just kind of the city of Columbia and small business owners and all that good stuff. So we can apologize for I thought John, I wasn't sure if maybe John had a question. You just never know when what you're going to get here on the Daily Crow, what might happen. But again, we are taking your questions, your comments, your calls. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Guys, before we get rocking, before we get rolling, I do want to tell you about our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, because the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys, they're young but experienced and aggressive attorneys. They're both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies, but switching sides. They both worked at larger law firms. They represented hundreds of clients at a time. And guys, they both left to start their own law firm because they understand you're not just a line item, not just a number. You're a real human being, and you should be treated as such. They're a small boutique law firm that treats their clients like family. Guys are going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself. Been involved in any type of accident, no matter what it might be, the last thing you should be dealing with is paperwork, dealing with the insurance company. Let the experts over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm handle it for you. They use the latest technology to make representation efficient yet effective. Again, guys, let them take care of everything for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you. Rami's in Columbia, Curtis in Charleston. They handle cases statewide. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. Guys, give them a call today in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368. Or, of course, guys, your one-stop shop, their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com for more information. Again, guys, it's our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Okay, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Again, I want to hear from you. Taking your questions, comments, calls. John Gibbs says everyone does realize these last three games are all Tigers. If we somehow win all three, we'll certainly be named the Tater Killers. Townsend Hamilton says, how about them Gamecocks going bowling? We're not going bowling yet. We're not going bowling yet, Townsend. We got to win one more. We got to win one more. So, again, guys, the podcast has dropped this morning. Full Mizzou breakdown on the show. Top storylines, key matchups, keys to the game, all that good stuff, guys. Also, a real quick update for you all. Something I found, and we'll check it right now because I have not done so this morning. But something really interesting I found going in this ballgame. And wow, holy smoke. Okay, all right, this makes no sense. This makes no sense. So our friends over at Circa, right? Circa Sports. The original line came out. The original line came out on Sunday. Gamecocks were a 3-point underdog. That line immediately shifted. We thought it was crazy, right? Line immediately shifted to Gamecocks as a 1-point underdog. I checked yesterday. The line had shot back up to Mizzou as a 2.5-point favorite. I just now check. The Gamecocks are a 2.5-point favorite. I don't know what's going on in Vegas, but I don't know if somebody laid a huge bet on South Carolina, but the Gamecocks are now almost a field goal favorite in this ball game. Wow. A lot of line movement. Again, does it really mean anything? Does it matter? You were a 3-touchdown underdog last weekend, so who cares? It is interesting, though. It is very interesting. Twan Love Kicks says, what's going on? What's up? What's up, Twan Love Kicks? Also, guys, if you're in the Big Cock Club Discord, over the TDC Questions channel. The TDC Questions channel, to be sure, your questions are answered. Bad Brad 757 says, hot take. I think the men Court Cox finished more than a few games over 500 with at least one big upset win. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. Dusty Rhodes says, hammer it. I mean, I took Gamecocks +1. So obviously, I mean, if you can get, you can get Carolina +3 or any sort of underdog role, I'd take it. And, I guess I'm just surprised to see so much movement in that line. AJ Bauer says, how many rush touchdowns do you think we get versus Mizzou? Also, how many yards does Brown throw for? Great question, AJ. Great question. And on that note, I will let you know the Prize Picks play for the weekend, right? Let's see. Let me pull up Prize Picks. The over-under on Prize Picks. The over-under on Prize Picks. Let's see. PrizePicks.com. Over under on Jason Brown passing yards. 170.5 for Jason Brown. 170.5. How do y'all feel about that? I know the immediate fan, the Garnet Glasses fan will say, well, over, no doubt. Just to give you some reference, he threw for 175 yards against the Florida defense. So will South kind of throw it that much? Will they throw it that much? I don't know. I don't know that they will. So 170 is the number. 170 is the number. 170 is the number for passing yards. Rushing yards is where it gets kind of interesting. I'm surprised they don't list Kevin Harris. I'm kind of shocked they don't list Kevin Harris, actually. They do have, however, Zaquandre White at 62.5 rushing yards. Now, here's what's scary about that number. Quan White has been so fickle in regards to just how much he plays. So I don't know if I like the number. Over under for rushing yards for Jason Brown's on here, though, by the way. Over under, -1.5. They've also got Tyler Beatty over under 85.5 rushing yards for the Missouri running back, which, in case you guys didn't know, Beatty is already over 1,000 yards and averaging over 6 yards per carry. So I think he's going to get his numbers on Saturday. I do. I think he's going to get his numbers. Shifting gears a little bit, though, guys. This is content I'll make for social media actually here shortly. Maybe even just use this clip. Here's how I look at this game on Saturday. And I talked about this on the podcast, and I will reiterate it here for you folks. I equate this South Carolina football team to a golfer. If we got any golfers in here, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. We've all played golf, right? And we've all played our career best rounds and our worst rounds, right? And when you play your best round, right, you're hitting every fairway, you're making every putt, everything's clicking, you feel good that day. That's not really who you are on a consistent basis, but it was just your day. Stars aligned, everything worked out. Similarly to, you have a terrible day. You shoot your career worst, right? You can't do anything right. You're shanking the ball. Golf ball's going all over the place. You can't even find it. Nothing working out for you. That's not who you are on a consistent basis. It just wasn't your day. The truth lies somewhere in the middle. And when I look at this Gamecocks football team, that's sort of how I feel going in this Missouri game. Again, I'm optimistic, but I'm cautiously optimistic. Because is South Carolina as bad as the team we saw walk out of College Station or beating Vanderbilt by a single point? No. They've obviously shown that now. But are they as good as a 23-point win over Florida? No. I think to expect South Carolina to duplicate that performance is a little bit of wishful thinking. Again, I hope it happens. And the positive from that is now you know what you're capable of, and now you should have confidence going into Mizzou. But the truth lies somewhere in the middle. And as Shane Beamer said, and I've said all season, things are never as good as they seem. Things are never as bad as they seem. The truth's in the middle. The hope is going in this game against Mizzou, the performance you see on Saturday is closer to the good version of the Gamecocks versus closer to the previous version of this team we saw in the first 8 games of the season. Because that's the question. Which Gamecocks team will show up? Which Carolina team's going to show up? We don't know. Can this team put back-to-back good performances together? We don't know. Is Jason Brown really who we think he is? Or does a different version of him come out on the road in a game with high stakes? We don't know. Can the offensive line play that well again? Or do they revert back to what we saw in the first 8 games? We don't know. So again, I'm encouraged. I'm excited. I am giddy because of what happened against the Gators. Does that mean I am expecting that again and we're going to go out there and beat Missouri by 23 points? I'm not expecting that. No. I don't think we play that well again. Again, I've already taken Gamecocks +1, guys. The jig is up. I'm picking us to win the ball game. I think we are going to beat Missouri. We don't have to play as well as we did last week to beat Florida. Or excuse me, to beat Mizzou. We don't have to play as well as we did against Florida to beat Mizzou. But if you come out, you can't run the football. Hey, you couldn't run it against ECU. You couldn't run it against Vandy. Right? So don't tell me it's impossible that South Carolina could come out and go back to their old selves. Don't tell me it's impossible now. This is a tale as old as time. We've seen it time and time again. We've seen it time and time again, folks. We have. So I love seeing the comments from people. How many touchdowns are we going to run for, man? How many rushing yards? How many points? We're going to beat them by 2 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns. Love the optimism. Great for business. I love it. Great for my psyche. Great for my life as a whole. I'm optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic because, yes, that performance we saw against Florida, that's in there. It's in there. We know it's in there now. But we also know how bad this team can play. Townsend Hamilton said, you got to be a good golfer to shoot under par. And I would equate that to the last performance to a scratch golfer playing really well. We are a talented team who had no confidence. Did we have no confidence? I'll equate it to this, Townsend Hamilton. Are we a scratch golfer, or did we just play out of our ass? Did we play out of our ass? That's the real question. Are we a weekend warrior who just played out of their ass, or is that really who we are? That's the question. And again, I'm not saying that in a negative way, but that's the question. Until you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again, was it a fluke? Was it a one-time thing? Because that's going to be the narrative, unfortunately, if you lose. That'll be the narrative if you lose. It was a fluke. You know what? Florida actually wasn't that good. They were in disarray. So, you know. Like I said, guys, I'm picking Carolina to win the ball game. I'm just making an analogy. That's what we do here. That's what we do. Again, we'd love to hear from you. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, your comments, your calls as well, guys. Questions, comments, calls. Would love to hear from you. Again, wow. Cam Newton is back in Charlotte. Wow. 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 Cam Newton is back. Wow. Wow. Dude, that's huge. That is huge, man. Dude, Panthers fans have got to be going nuts. Twan Love Kicks, I think what you saw last week will be our identity. I think JB is official. Again, like JB, keys to running the football, Twan Love. Key is to running the football. I like Jason Brown. If we can't run the football, he will look mortal as well. He will look just as bad as Luke Doty, who you love to trash, and some of you others do as well. He will look just as porous. He will. If we cannot run the football, Jason Brown will look just as porous, if not more so, than every other quarterback who has stepped on that field this season. He can't do it alone. None of them can, dude. None of them can. None of them can do it alone. Got to have a running game. We said it all preseason. It's not rocket science. And again, I don't buy the narrative. I don't buy the narrative that just because Jason Brown took over at quarterback, we all of a sudden can run better because they're accounting for him. It makes no sense. No, they just blocked a lot better. We finally won our one-on-one matchups. We finally did. We finally pushed somebody around. We finally won at the point of attack. Luke Doty didn't make an offensive lineman whiff a guy. He didn't. He didn't. Stop it. He didn't. Jason Brown didn't make a guy hold his block and open a hole. He didn't. Quarterback gets way too much of the credit, way too much of the blame. That is a fact. The same ones crowning Jason Brown this week will be those calling for his head this time next week if he throws a couple of picks. I mean, that's just the facts. Way too much of the credit, way too much of the blame. That's not a knock on anybody, but that's just kind of how that position goes. It's just the reality of that position, and it's fine. It is what it is. Jimmy Clark says some people just perform better under the lights on the stage. Jason Brown appears to be one of those guys. He never looked frazzled. He looked great. He looked great. The entire team did too, man. Again, Florida win's been great. We've celebrated all week. I think now it's time. Let's turn the attention to Mizzou, right? Matchup seems to favor you, certainly. Matchup seems to favor you with the running game, their defense. I'll tell you this, guys. And that's correct, John Kruger. Even Connor Shaw didn't do it alone. Connor Shaw benefited from playing on the best teams in school history. That's a fact. I'll admit that. No doubt. No doubt. You are correct, sir. John Gibbs says, I'm ready for Carolina to get back to the point where coaches aren't getting fired for losing to us. I'm tired of us being a most of the time guaranteed win on everyone's schedule. It's time to establish ourselves again with a win this weekend as the start. You heard it here first. Yeah, John, I mean, again, respect is earned, not given. Respect is earned, not given. So you fell into the abyss after Steve Spurrier going through the Muschamp era. You got to earn that respect back. You start beating people like you did on Saturday, you'll earn that respect, no question. You'll earn that respect. So that's all it really comes down to, man. All right, let's jump to the phone lines here. We got a call from my buddy David.
David Garrett.
David, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm traveling back roads, so if I lose you, I do apologize. People are creatures of habit, and they've got their own way of doing things. And maybe I'm reading between the lines wrong, but if you go back earlier, there was a situation where Eric Douglas was calling protections. Luke Doty was changing them at the line a lot. Then you saw Eric and Luke arguing on the sidelines, butting heads. Mm-hmm. And then you got Beamer saying that he told Jason if Eric makes the call, go with it. And then in the Florida game, that's as animated as I've seen Eric all season, with slapping the back of his leg, moving, pointing stuff out. That's the most animated he's been the whole year. And the other thing is, Missouri's atmosphere at 4 o'clock is nothing like what we have. Appreciate your work, man, and see you soon. Have a good one.
Thanks, David. Appreciate you, my man. Yeah, great call. Great stuff from David. Yeah, an adjustment was made, no question. Again, we're not in the building, so I don't know the conversation specifically, but an adjustment was made. And whatever they did, they should have been doing it all season. I mean, obviously it worked. It worked very well. I think taking the control away from the quarterback and letting the O-lineman make the calls, letting the center make the calls, make the checks, whatever. That's what we should have been doing all year, because it obviously worked. It obviously worked. So, great analysis there, David. Jeff Gullidge says, key to a win this week outside of running the ball is our defense. Get the turnovers and even put points on the board themselves. Indeed. That is, I don't want to say it's a concern, but I'm anxious to see our defense. Again, we have not been great stopping the run this season. We all know that'll be the key. Of course, run the ball, stop the run. But Mizzou does have a fantastic running back in Tyler Beatty. He's having a season, I would say, similar to what Kevin Harris did last year, over 1,000 yards. I wonder where he ranks. Let's see. Where does he rank in regards to rushing? He's leading. Yeah, he's leading the conference in rushing yards with 1,030 yards. Already broken the 1,000-yard mark. So 1,030 yards. Tyler Beatty, a really good one. 11 touchdowns already. averaging over 6 yards per carry. Got to stop the run. We can talk about Connor Bazelak, the Mizzou quarterback, what his status is. He's been banged up, whatever. We can talk about that all we want. But it all starts with stopping the running game. Stopping the running game. Limiting the running game. Leonard Matthews wearing my Gamecock polo shirt. Love it, Leonard. Love it, Leonard. I saw somebody talk earlier, by the way, or just say earlier that if we win, they're going to drop $100 in the TSUS store. Well, I hope we win. Hey, trust me, I'm not going to lie. When we win, it helps merch. When we win, it helps merch, man. So, Danny Terry, I think they watched the tape on Tennessee and basically took their offense as they should. Aaron Thompson says the entire team looked great. Offensive line play will always be a key for a productive offense and keeping the defense on the field. I mean, yeah, Aaron, again, I mean, it sounds so simple. I mean, because it is really, and it's boring. And if you don't want to hear, well, the offensive line's got to block. But, God, I mean, didn't everything just look so much more crisp on Saturday with a line that was able to push Florida around? I mean, again, football changes, right? Many things change in the game of football, but I mean, the thing that remains consistent, if you can whip your man at the point of attack, you got a pretty good shot to win. You got a pretty damn good shot to win. So, them's be the facts. John Kruger, you coming to the watch party, my friend? Is that what you're talking about? Says probably get there Saturday around 3 or 3:30. Are you coming to the watch party in Fort Mill? Which, by the way, guys, quick reminder, Fort Mill. Carolina Ale House in Fort Mill this Saturday. 4 o'clock kick, of course, for Mizzou. Yours truly will be getting there probably around 2 or 2:30. But we will be at the Carolina Ale House location in Fort Mill. So all my Charlotte Gamecocks, John, great. I cannot wait to meet you, John. All my Charlotte Gamecocks, my Rock Hill Gamecocks, Fort Mill Gamecocks. John, what do they call that part of the state, by the way? Because obviously the upstate is Greenville, Clemson, that area. Anderson. You got the low country. You got the Midlands. What is like the Rock Hill area? What is that called? What is the Rock Hill, Fort Mill area? Because it's not the upstate, right? I mean, it's certainly not. I wouldn't think so. The Piedmont. How did I not know that? The Piedmont. How did I not know that? The Piedmont. Okay. Huh. Or is that right? Is Pied? Because I just Googled it. And it's saying Piedmont is Anderson and Greenville counties. Bryant Hughes says, I'll holler at you at the TSUS tailgate, the Auburn game. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Going to be a good time. Hey, we're going to be rowdy yet again, my friend. You know how we roll. Going to be a good one. Leonard Matthews, is Dylan Wanham playing? Not 100% sure. Have not been an update this week. I'm sure that's something. And, of course, Shane Beamer has his call-in show tonight, 7 to 8. I'm sure that's something he will discuss on the call-in show. So, have not heard a status update. Not really sure as of yet. But again, I'm sure Shane Beamer, they ask him about injuries every single time. So the Prisma Health Injury Report. Aaron Thompson, the Old English District. Okay. I didn't know, honestly. Because, I've been saying, hey, can't wait to party with a bunch of upstate Gamecocks, low country Gamecocks. I was like, what do you call the Rock Hill area, the Fort Mill area? What is that called? So, but, yeah, going to be a good time, folks. Going to be a really, really good time. I'm probably going to be heading up to Charlotte early. I do have some friends up there. So, tomorrow's setup, tomorrow's settings, by the way, may look a little different. Don't think I'm going to be in studio, just to give you guys a heads up. Daily Crow will still rock, still roll, all that good stuff, but, might look a little bit different. Just so you know. Might look a little bit different. So don't spaz out on me if the settings change. I know you guys won't. But yeah, gonna be a good weekend, man. Gonna be a lot of fun. Really excited. Of course, guys, I lived in Charlotte for 4 years. And, so lived in Charlotte for 4 years. So I got a lot of buddies up there. A lot of ties in CLT. A lot of ties in CLT. So going to be a really, really good time. Looking forward to it. By the way, guys, today is a very special day for yours truly, if you did not know. A very, very special day for yours truly. And I'll tell you guys why in just a second. Again, questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. 843-790-3377. Now, why is this a special day, you might ask? Because today, and James Kendall, there will definitely not be orange in the background. You know that. I'll probably have my flag flying in the background if we go rogue. Why is today a special day? I haven't made any announcement on social media or anything or said anything yet. I probably will at some point. Because today is actually our birthday, believe it or not. When I say our, I mean the Spurs Up show. 3 years ago, which it's crazy it's been 3 years. 3 years ago to the date is when we embarked on our journey in regards to becoming our own entity, transforming from Armchair South Carolina, if you remember those days, to the Spurs Up show, getting the LLC, and officially becoming a business. So today is actually our birthday. So happy birthday to us. Nah, it's a cool day. It's a cool day and just one of those notable days, you know what I mean? That's on the journey, if you will. So cool stuff. Cool stuff. James Kendall poll suggestion of Mizzou, Auburn, Clemson. Which mascot looks the most ridiculous? My vote is Mizzou's X-eyed tiger. I don't know, man. Clemson's cracked out tiger looks pretty insane. Paul Capers, happy birthday. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. No, it's cool, man. It's cool. It's like I said, it's wild, guys, because 3 years isn't that long. It's not. It really, like in the grand scheme, it's really not that long. But like, a lot happens. A lot happens in 3 years, right? Like, when you think about it, when I think about the business and the path of the Spurs Up show as a whole, like, I started doing it in January of 2017. So it'll be 5 years in January. Like, 5 years is a while, right? But at the same time, and I would tell this to anybody, and I have my hat that says just start. And the reason I have that is because that's honestly my best piece of advice, or one of my best pieces of advice I'd say I could give to anyone. Just start, because the time flies when you're on the grind, bro. It flies. Like, even this week, I'm like, dude, it's already Thursday. Like, and I know some of you probably rolling your eyes hearing me say that because you're at your office or you're at work and you're like, God, the week's dragging, Chris. What are you talking about? Friday can't get here soon enough. When you're locked in, though, in the grind and making content the way, it flies, man. To me, like, the season it's gone in an instant. It's gone in an instant. So, like, this journey with TSUS has, it's just been incredible, man. And it's wild. 3 years. So the business's birthday today. By the way, Brendan M, shout out Brendan in the TDC Questions channel, the Big Cock Club Discord. He actually just sent me a breakdown of the state of South Carolina and how to classify it. So where we are, Columbia, is the Midlands. Apparently, Rock Hill and Fort, that would also be considered the Midlands, which is interesting. Very interesting. It makes sense, I guess. Upstate, of course, is your Greenville, Pickens, Anderson, Abbeville, all that good stuff, Spartanburg. Your low country, Jasper, Beaufort, Charleston, whatever, Berkeley, Dorchester. And then the PD is like Myrtle Beach, all that stuff, all that up there. So kind of interesting. Did not know that. Thank you. I did not know it was technically the Midlands. Brian Dean, by the way, says in the comments, Spurs Up shows the most informative Gamecock show around. Tax time, I want to send a donation. Truly appreciate y'all. Brian, thank you. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that, man. That means the world. Thank you to everyone who supports, shows love. Again, it's I know we're getting a little bit off track here on a Thursday. We're talking about the business. It's cool. I don't really get to talk about this stuff on a normal basis, as you guys know. And again, if you guys want to call in, we'll get the conversation back to football. But it's wild when I think back. Like, we made the jump, or I made the jump, if you will, and we only had like 3,000 followers. Well, like we didn't have a lot of followers. I mean, for those who remember back those days, like, we didn't have a ton. And I don't know. Like, the confidence never wavered. I really felt like I was like, you know what? As long as it keeps growing, as long as I wake up and it's growing and people appreciate the content and enjoy it, we're going to continue to do it. We're going to continue to do it. So, been a hell of a journey, man. Been one hell of a journey. Yep. So anyways, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Aaron says, please look up the Old English District. Old English District. Let's see. What am I looking for specifically? See, Chester, Chesterfield, Fairfield, Kershaw, Lancaster, Union, and York counties. Did not know that. Very nice. Colton Carnell says PD, Myrtle Beach, Conway, Florence, up until Sumter or Williamsburg. Okay, I'm learning a lot about the state here. I mean, I know a lot about the state of South Carolina, obviously born and raised, but I wasn't sure. I was like, is Rock Hill the Midlands? But apparently it is. Apparently that's classified as the Midlands. By the way, guys, how are we? Let's see. First, John Braddock, just curious. Do you have any side gigs, or is TSUS full-time for you? Yes, TSUS is full-time, John. This is what I do for a living. I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I've been doing the Spurs Up show full-time since August of 2019. And, I know why people ask that, because it seems to some almost unrealistic. It's like, how can you do a podcast for a living? But I kind of chuckle, too, because it's like, man, the amount of content we make. And, I mean, dude, if I was doing this on the side, my boss would be the greatest boss ever for letting me go live every single day, noon to 2, and go to every single South Carolina game. So, no, I appreciate the question. I understand why you ask it. But, yeah, I've been doing this. It's been a blessing. I've been doing this full-time since August of 2019. Of course, I can't tell you guys how many times I've gotten the question, how do you make money? How does that make any sense? But there are ways to monetize it, for sure. There are ways to monetize, and if you have a passion and you can build a platform and a brand and a following on social media, there are ways to monetize that. And, we've been able to successfully execute on that. And, again, it's just truly a blessing. Again, without you guys, without you all, truly. That's why I always say we. When I say the Spurs Up show, it's we. It's we. It's not me. Without you all, TSUS is nothing. So I truly am grateful. I live my life with gratitude, and I'm truly grateful for each and every single one of you. Again, guys, excuse me, taking your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-3377. James Kendall says the Clemson Meth Tiger is a legit trash mascot. I just can't get past the kicked in the head as a Cub mascot. Yeah, their mascot sucks. Nobody's got anything on Cocky. Put it that way. Nobody's got anything on Cocky. Random side note, this has nothing to do with the Gamecocks, but Cody Gaskins posted in our Big Cock Club Discord this morning. Tennessee is 5-5 in their last 10 with Vanderbilt. Isn't that crazy? Wow. All right, let's jump to the phone lines here.
Call from
Robbie Davis.
Robbie, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing on this Thursday?
I'm doing well, man. Appreciate you asking. By the way, I meant to say this earlier. Happy Veterans Day to all of those. Appreciate all those who have served, all the veterans. So happy Veterans
Yes,
Day to
all
you
the
also,
veterans,
Robbie.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm doing great, man.
Yes,
Appreciate you
thank
asking.
you very much. Obviously, I already told you my prediction for Saturday, correct? Right? Yes, I did. But also, on the other hand, I just thought about this. Regardless of the outcome of the score, last I checked, whoever plays better and has more points on the scoreboard than the other team wins the ball game 100% of the time. Am I right?
That is a fact. You are correct. You are correct. Yes.
So technically, we really don't have – I mean, obviously, we would love to see us play as good as we played last weekend. But technically, if you think about it, all we've got to do is just play better than Mizzou and score more points than Mizzou.
That's it. That's a fact. Score more points than Mizzou, you will win. Hey, doesn't matter if we win by 1 or 21. A dub's a dub.
Yeah, absolutely. A W is a W. And I was impressed with the women's basketball game the other night. I was very impressed, although Boston did not play very well.
Mhm.
She gave problems to the opposing team.
She did. No, I mean, and that's crazy. On a night where Boston doesn't, quote unquote, play that well, and the Gamecocks are playing a top 5 opponent, they win by nearly double digits. You know what I mean? Like, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Truly, it's nuts. I mean, is it too bold to say the Gamecocks might not lose a game? I mean, a lot can happen.
Well, that depends. Do we play UConn this year?
We do play UConn. We do play UConn and Maryland. So,
but I'm excited for this weekend because obviously I love football. Football season is the best season out there. And I just think if we come out there like we did last week with our hair on fire, ready to pop somebody that's not wearing the exact same color as us, and play with a fire and play together, I think we can walk out of Mizzou with a W regardless of the score.
I agree. I mean, listen, I think South Carolina should be confident going in this one. Mizzou's not a very good football team. Yeah, I think if South Carolina plays their game and, like I said, looks a lot closer to what we saw last weekend versus the previous 8, yeah, I think South Carolina certainly should win the football game, no doubt. And, I think fans should be confident. I understand the PTSD. I really do. But, again, Mizzou's not a great football team. They might not even have their starting quarterback. If you can stop the run defensively especially, I think South Carolina's in for a fun day. I'll put it that way.
And keep Mizzou's offense on the sideline like you did to Florida. We'll walk out of Mizzou with a W. For
sure. Yeah. How good 6-4 will feel. How good 6-4 will feel. My goodness.
And we were only picked to win 4 games.
Yeah. Over under was 3.5, my friend. Over under was 3.5. So. Mm-hmm.
We just need to come into this game, take care of business, and then have the 20. Like I told you before, the 24-hour mentality. Celebrate the 24 hours, and then get ready for Auburn, and then give Mike Bobo an ass whooping.
Indeed. Yep. Indeed, man. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Should be a fun weekend, fun Saturday. I got a lot of confidence. Again, I'm optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I am optimistic. I want to make that point. I am optimistic.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
All right, man. You have a good one.
Robbie, appreciate you as always, my friend. Thank you so much for calling in. Great stuff. 843-790-3377. Michael Sawyer, appreciate the love on the hat, my friend. They're available on tsus.store. tsus.store is where you can find this merch, along with many others. This came in early. I will be rocking this, of course. Got a bunch of Clem Sucks merch for the Clemson game. Specifically, yours truly be rocking it all week long. Going to be a lot of fun. Got it. I mean, you know, that's of course just a fun week, guys. You know what'll make it more fun? Let's win 2 more games when we get there. Why not? Why not? Why not? Do something silly and come in that game 7-4. Why not? Why not? Zachary Crumpton, do you think we can beat Clemson? Yeah. Why not? You know, you play like you did on Saturday or close to it, and, you know, Clemson's already shown what they are. They're struggling. You got them at home. I think the odds right now, you know, pretty good chance it'll be a night game. Raucous environment at Willie B. Why not? Why not? Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. I want to continue to hear from you as we are into Thursday of Missouri week. Ms. Who? The real Columbia. We know where it's at. Come on. Let's take the Mayor's Cup trophy back. Guys, want to hear from you. Questions, comments, calls, and more on the other side of this break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Continue to take your questions, comments, calls. Guys, great day to have a day, man, truly. It truly is a great day to have a day this Thursday, November the 11th, 2021. Guys, just a quick reminder in case you have not done so. Check out the podcast. Dropped this morning, episode 534, breaking down everything with this weekend's game against the Missouri Tigers. Top storylines, key matchups to watch for, keys to the game, all that good stuff. Also, another fantastic throwback interview, throwback conversation with my good friend Nathan Pepper, former Gamecocks defensive lineman. Great conversation. Nathan, a great dude as well. Really, really good stuff. So be sure to check it out. Let's see. Gamecocks taking on, by the way, Gamecocks basketball taking on Princeton tomorrow night. I'm curious, is there... No, the line will drop tomorrow. Okay, the lines drop day of. So we will have a betting line, a spread tomorrow. Corey Bridges, as far as I've seen, Mizzou has not announced their starting quarterback. I have not seen an announcement. I mean, if I was them, why would you make an announcement? It's kind of like what we were doing earlier in the season. Like, why give the opponent anything? If I had to guess, though, I don't think Bays likes playing. I don't know, though. I don't know. Nick Renfro, if we can put together 2 wins out of the last 3 games, do you think there's a chance to flip Delp or Stockton from Georgia, or maybe both? I don't think so. I mean, I hope so. Would love to see it, but I don't know, man. I think they seem like they're pretty solid dogs. All right, let's jump back to the phone lines
Phil
here.
Harris.
Phil, what's going on, my man? How are you?
Pretty good. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well. Appreciate you asking, man. What's up?
Not much, man. It's good to be home, I'll tell you that. I went to a Veterans Day service here in Kings Mountain, North Carolina. It was great. Really enjoyed it. Thank you to all the veterans out there. Appreciate y'all always. If you can hear my little nephew in the next room, he's the biggest 1-year-old Carolina fan that I know. So just wanted to say, I mean, we've got all the classic telltale signs of a letdown game, a classic Carolina letdown game here against Mizzou. I don't know what Carolina's going to show up on the field. That's the problem. Last week kind of threw a wrench into what our narrative is of this team and what it's capable of. So, I mean, who the heck knows who's going to show up against Mizzou? It's going to be interesting to watch for sure. I mean, it's going to be must-see TV for any Carolina fan. Just need one more win. I mean, the thing about hope is with Carolina fans, we get drunk off of hope real quick. All we have to have is one little shot, and we are tore up drunk. We get one game where everything kind of looks good, and people talking about, we're going to win in the next 3 games. Really? Like, I mean, I want to win too, but I just don't. I think y'all are a little bit too hammered. I think y'all need to sit down for a little bit and drink a water.
Yeah, Phil, this time
has got you tore up.
This time last week, Phil, we weren't going to win another game all season, and now we're going to win them all. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So some of y'all just don't know how to handle that hope, that liquor that's called hope. So I get a little buzz, feel good. Hey, that's all good, but don't drive your car off the dang cliff. You know what I'm saying? With that hope. So let's all hang in there. I mean, all we need is one more win. That's all I want. If we win all 3, great. I'm not going to put no money on it. That's what I'm saying. I hope they win all 3. I'm not expecting it. We just need one. That's it. And if it happens this week, great. Then we can just kind of go into the rest of the games with no pressure.
Hey, random side note, Phil. If Carolina goes to a bowl game, will you travel to it?
Depends on where it is. I mean, I just came back from Orlando, so that burnt a hole in my pocket, right? So we'll see. I would love for it to be in a warm weather place, but not too warm. You know how I am. I would certainly consider it. Let's just say that.
I was just curious. Yeah, I've only been to one bowl game my entire life, and it was the 2018 Belk Bowl in Charlotte. So I need a new bowl experience because that was pretty abysmal. So
I was there. That was a bad day to be a Carolina fan for
28-0. There have been a few times that I haven't cheered or anything at all. And that was one of them. That was one of them.
That was hard to stomach. Of course, we stayed the whole game, but I wish I hadn't come. Is what it boils down to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was one of those stinkers for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That was really, for a lot of people, that opened a lot of people's eyes about Muschamp. I mean, obviously it was a bowl game, but not even to score a dang point. That's just sorry, dude.
Yeah.
That was sorry. But yeah, life and times with a Carolina fan, there's a lot of highs and there's a lot of lows.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. No update about Carolina rugby. We even had a board meeting yesterday. There's no time set, but we know it's either going to be noon or 1 o'clock. We've got an in-person board meeting tomorrow. I'm driving the Maserati down to Columbia, wide ass open, so hopefully I don't get pulled over. But yeah, there'll be an in-person meeting. So as soon as that's over with, I'm gonna let you know, and you can put it out there to folks. I'm trying to get all of my people from up here to come down. So we want to have a big crowd against Alabama. It's Alumni Weekend. We're gonna raise all kind of hell.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a good one.
Love it, man. Love it. Yeah, just let us know. But hey, rugby will be played.
Sure.
That's a fact.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's right outside the Williams-Brice Stadium. So go Cox.
Love that. Phil, appreciate you, my man. Thanks so much for calling in.
Bye-bye.
Take care. 843-790-3377. Michael Sawyer, I just saw your order come in, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, guys, I will tell you this. We've got a bunch of All My Homies Hate Mike Bobo merch, but especially we've got our Clem Sucks merch. You want to make sure you order it now to have it for the Clemson game. If you order it, I would say past this week, I can't guarantee it'll be there. I can't guarantee it'll be there in time, especially with Thanksgiving. Shipping going to get kind of weird. I'm just saying. Go ahead and get your merch now, folks. Go ahead and get your merch now. Go ahead and get it now. College game day is at Ole Miss. I did not know that. Wow. College game days at the Grove. College game days at the Grove. By the way, here's a fun side note. Again, we do sometimes talk food on this show, which by the way, shout out to the owner. You guys probably know I went to Palmetto Pig, right? Last Friday before the home game, before the game against Florida. I'm thinking about, we got 2 home games left. Making that a Friday before a home game tradition, going to Palmetto Pig. I think that should be a tradition. And it will, because the owner of Palmetto Pig is a big fan of the show and actually gave me a voucher to come in there. So I'll be going back to Palmetto Pig certainly next Friday. I don't think, not tomorrow because I won't be here, but next Friday for sure. But we do talk about food on the show. Chicken tender subs at Publix are on special for the next week. Got them. I love pub subs. Truly love pub subs. Big pub sub guy, folks. Big pub sub guy. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. James Kimmel says the Belt Bowl is one of my son's earliest memories. I'll never forgive Muschamp for that. Well, he set the bar extremely low, James. So, I mean, hey, easy to impress him now, right? Bad Brad 757 in the TDC Questions channel, the Big Cock Club Discord says, speaking of bowl games, what would be the destination you'd like to go to? Stadium, city, whatever. One that's obviously realistic based on our record, assuming we get that 6th win. Tampa. I'd love just Florida, dude. I'd love to see South Carolina go down to Florida in a warm weather city. I've actually got a friend that lives in Clearwater, so that would be incredible. I have a place to stay. It'd be awesome. It'd be so awesome to be down there. So, yep. Would love to have an excuse to go down there. So, yeah, be a lot of fun. And I will go. I'm thinking the bowl game, I will go wherever South Carolina goes. I'm going to make that a point. We've been doing the watch parties. I don't think Carolina Ale House is going to want to do a watch party for the bowl game. I don't know. I mean, I'd certainly be down to do it. I'd certainly be down, but I don't think so. I don't know. Again, guys, questions, comments, calls. We're in our second hour here of the Daily Crow here on this Thursday, November the 11th, 2021. Like I said, if you have not done so, check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 534. Full breakdown of this weekend's game against the Missouri Tigers. Storylines, key matchups, keys to the game. My first key, guys, I should just make a hat that says it. Run the damn ball. Run the damn ball. It all comes down to the running game for this football team. It all comes down to the running game. Bottom line. Bottom line. Bad Brad 757 says, I don't know how soon they release where SEC Nation's going to be at, but you think they're going to come back for the Auburn game. I think if we win, there's a decent shot. I don't know. They probably won't announce that till Sunday or so. Let's see. What's the Week 12 schedule like? Don't want to look too far ahead, but since you asked. You got Arkansas, Alabama. You've got not a lot of non-conference games. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's either going to be Arkansas, Bama, or us. So, yeah, they're going to pick one of the two. I mean, Florida, Mizzou's another notable game, I guess, kind of. Ole Miss, Vandy, who cares? So, bro, why not? And the time for Bama, Arkansas hasn't even been determined yet. So, why not, man? We got a night game. That'd be awesome, dude. Dude, SEC Nation was cool. That was really fun. SEC Nation was really, really cool. Jay Smith, what's up, my friend? Luke Boyd says, mark my words, Marshawn Lloyd has his best game of the year this weekend. Would love to see it, man. Love to see it. We love the spark we saw from Marshawn last weekend. Jeff Gullidge says, hey, just wanted to say another great week of shows. I will miss tomorrow's because I'll be on the road to Missouri to support the boys on Saturday. Great work. Keep it up. Go Cox. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Awesome. Safe travels to Mizzou, my friend. Bring home a W. Bring home a W. Arkansas, Alabama, 3:30 CBS. Okay, well, the SEC website didn't have it listed. So, yeah, I mean, it's either going to be that one or us. I don't know. Bama will probably get it because it's Bama, but, man, dude, SEC Nation was really fun when they came. So, I mean, I think if we beat Missouri, I think the odds are pretty good. I think the odds are pretty decent. Where is SEC Nation going this weekend? Where are they at this weekend? Oh, they're in Tennessee. For Tennessee, Georgia. Okay. All right. Again, guys, 843-790-3377 here on this Thursday. Again, Gamecocks taking on Princeton tomorrow night. Gamecocks taking on Princeton in the Asheville tournament. They're actually playing, apparently, at the Harrah's Cherokee Center in Asheville. Good God. Princeton in their first game played Rutgers Camden, which I don't even know who that is. They beat them 94-28. Oh, my God. Like, who did they play? You know, who did they play? My goodness. 94-28. Princeton didn't play a single game last year because the Ivy League canceled the season due to COVID. Interesting. First game of the Asheville Championship. Interesting. Basketball season. Brian Dean, does Tennessee stand a chance? No. No. Georgia's a 3-touchdown favorite. Will they cover that? I don't know. But is Tennessee going to win? No. Bro, Georgia's for real. Georgia's legit. So I picked Georgia to go undefeated. Yeah, undefeated, win the national title. I picked Georgia to go undefeated, so I think Georgia's going to run the table, man. I think it's their year. They've got the team. They got the ball club. That defense is all world. So, yeah. Terry Skelton said Jason played a hell of a game. Yeah, he did. He did. Hopefully he can do it again. Hopefully we can do it again as a team. Hopefully we can do that again. Zachary Barker says, Chris, if you need a cameraman for bowl coverage, I will pay for my own food and drink, split the cost of gas. I'll happy to negotiate anything else. Yeah, slide in the DM, Zachary. Let me know. Maybe we can work something out. Brian Dean says Princeton plays 4 corners offense. That'll limit our touches. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. We're going to start to learn some things about our team this weekend. You got Princeton tomorrow night. Then you'll play Sunday at either 5 or 7:30 against either Western Kentucky or Minnesota. So we'll learn some things about our team. Again, did you learn anything against USC Upstate? Not really. So, yeah, we'll definitely find out some things this weekend. No question. Going to take a quick break, guys. I want to continue to take your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-3377. 798-437-337 here on this Thursday, November the 11th, 2021. Thursday of Missouri week. The battle for the Mayor's Cup. Will the Gamecocks notch their 6th win and punch their ticket to bowl eligibility? Again, folks, 843-790-3377. More of your questions, your comments, your calls, and more on the other side of the break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Continue to take your questions, comments, calls, and more here on this Thursday, November the 11th, 2021. I see Sun Tzu OG just got here. What's up, Sun Tzu? Appreciate you tuning in. Brian Dees, I wouldn't be surprised the score is 49-40. Well, at least the entertainment value would be high. It'd be fun to watch. As long as we win, I don't care if it's 49-40 or 7-0. You know what I mean? Just win the game. Terry Skelton, the offense seemed to click with Jason, in my opinion. I mean, it certainly did. Our best offensive output of the season, no question. Of course, that running game, wheels on the bus, go round and round. Yeah, the running game, certainly. Wild how much better the offense looks when we can run the football. Isn't that crazy? A.J. Bowers is going to change the subject up a little bit. Do you think pitching steps up big this year for the baseball team? Also, do you think hitting gets better? The hitting, I think, will be a lot better. I think we'll be a lot more athletic, a lot less home runs, but much more barrel control in the zone, less strikeouts, I think more productivity. Pitching is going to be interesting. You know, our top-line guys, I'm very confident in. A lot of roles to be established, a lot of unknowns in the bullpen. You lost a lot of the pitching. I would expect the pitching to be good. Will it be as good as last year, though? I doubt it. I doubt it's quite as good as last year. Again, I think it'll still be quality, but you lost a lot. 2022 recruiting class. I think we have a chance to move up, but ultimately happy to keep this top 25 national recruiting class we have already. 18 hard commits, ranking us about 21st per 24/7. Yeah, as long as you finish top 25, man, I think recruiting you can say is solid. So, Sun Tzu ultimately will out-team. Will our team be out more talented and coached up than last year? And if so, by how much? Hard to measure that thing, but I'm interested in your take talking next season. Will our team be more talented and coached up? I mean, yeah, I trust Beamer and his coaching staff, and I think your talent is only going to improve as you go year to year to year. So, yeah. I think we're in a good spot, man. I think we're in a good position. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Let's see. 118 here on a Thursday. 118. Again, guys, quick reminder, the podcast is out this morning. Episode 534, talking Mizzou, everything you need to know, top storylines, key match to watch, keys to the game. Also, great throwback conversation with Nathan Pepper, former Gamecocks defensive lineman. Bill Cole says, unfortunately, what I saw from JB was a Brett Favre-type mechanics, throwing it up for grabs. Hope I'm wrong. That doesn't always work, and explains his interception issues. You know, again, we've had warm and fuzzy feelings all week. I just hope and pray those continue, you know. I hope and pray those continue. A.J. Bowers said, I just hope our hitting doesn't get the big head before heading into a big series like we did with Texas last season. And it just didn't show up. Well, credit Texas as well. I mean, their pitching staff's phenomenal. But again, I think we were just feast or famine last year in regards to our lineup. I feel like we were very feast or famine. And I think that'll improve this year. I do. I think we will be much more productive at the plate. I think there was a stress. And there has been a stress in the offseason to make more contact, be more productive, less home runs. And I think the lineup and the makeup of this team fits that. So, you know, I don't know if you're going to see quite as many balls fly out of Founders Park, but I think you will see more productivity, which, I mean, at the end of the day, man, is what you need. I mean, it's what you need. Bottom line, that's what killed you last year. You were just so feast or famine. You were so inconsistent. You know, offensive woes just really, really hurt this team, crippled this team. Lance Player, what's up, my guy? Drink a Busch Latte for me. Drink a Busch Latte for me. Guys, I want to pose the question to you all here that I posed on social media. A little hypothetical game. I'm sure some of you won't like it. Some of you won't like it, but just for fun, why not? Would you rather finish the season 7-5 with wins over Mizzou and Auburn, but a loss in your final game? Or would you rather go 6-6 but beat Clemson at the end of the season? I feel like I know what the answer is going to be, but I'm just curious to get you guys' thoughts and get your takes. Matt Bruno says that a couple of the inner squads, young guys look good. Tanner Land says 6-6 all day long. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you this too. It would suck in the short term. Again, especially the loss to Mizzou, because especially the loss to Mizzou. Yeah. So let's jump to the phone lines real quick.
Call from
Sun Tzu OG.
OG, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, what's up, man?
Dude,
Go
just-
Gamecocks.
Go Cox, man. Yeah, just hanging out.
Yeah, dude. I really like your channel, man. I like what you're saying, and just really excited about the team, just like you are.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the love. And, yeah, definitely excited for the weekend, man. Great opportunity to get bowl eligible. And, yeah, so hopefully we can carry over the good juju from the win over Florida. And, you know, I think certainly it sets up well that we can go on the road and, you know, get a big W. So.
I think we will definitely get the W. Well, I mean, I'm a little worried. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, we've seen this story before as Gamecock fans. I think that's what it is. So, you know, we've seen it before.
Yeah, it's a winnable game. All season I've been, you know, banking on. I guess all of us have been banking on the win against Missouri and hoping that we would get a win against Florida or, you know, Princeton or Auburn. You know what I'm saying? And
For sure.
You know, we
sure.
got to make sure we take care of business. You know?
Yeah, for sure. No doubt.
But
No
thanks
doubt.
for taking my call, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate you calling in, man. Let's get a dub this weekend. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. By the way, recruiting class, come to Carolina. The dude from Irmo, man, the wide receiver, he don't leave and go to Ole Miss, bro. You know what I'm saying? What
Yeah,
the
we'll
hell?
have to see if we'll have to see if we can flip
good.
him. I will have to see if we can flip him. Hopefully Beamer and them can. Hey, appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much. 843-790-3372. Great stuff there. Love the passion. Love the passion. Yeah, I mean, listen, I trust Shane Beamer in recruiting. I think, you know, he's going to get the job done. He was an elite recruiter when he was here before, and I think that will, you know, I think that will continue. I think that will continue, so. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. God, Jake Bentley is dealing with another injury. Are you kidding me? Wow. Kid just can't catch a break. Beat Clemson indeed. Bill Cole says 7-5. SEC wins mean more. Cody Gaskin says 6-6. Lance says, if we're being hypothetical, I'll just take winning them all. Hey, I hear you, Lance. I hear you. God, it is fun to dream. What a finish of the season it'd be if you won the last 4 in a row. Just, you know, we were all kind of looking at November before the season like, man, it's going to be a gauntlet, going to be really tough. Hopefully you can just take down Mizzou or just win a game, maybe 2. Or now you're looking at it all with a brand new perspective, right? I mean, you know, Mizzou's not very good. Clemson stunk this year. Auburn, you beat them last year, and they got to go on the road where Bo Nix has just been an interception machine. So, I mean, who's to say you can't win all 3, right? I'm not going to predict it necessarily. I say we just lock in on Mizzou and kind of go from there and take it day by day. But a lot of opportunity in this final month, man. A lot of opportunity, a lot of chances to do some big things. A lot of chances to do some big things. Sure. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. By the way, guys, I do want to say thank you to all those who came out to Tin Roof, who continue to show love and support out there as well. Want to let you guys know the schedule for Tin Roof will be live, of course, yet again next week, Auburn week, normal 5 to 7 on Wednesday. We will be live Thanksgiving week, Clemson week, we will be live that Wednesday night at Tin Roof as normal, 5 to 7, of course, guys. That is the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, which is a very, very popular night for everyone to go out and do whatever. So we'll be out there. It should be a lot of fun. And again, hopefully there's 2 more dubs. Hopefully there's 2 more dubs to partake in before that happens. Lance Player says they remember November. That's a fact, my guy. That's a fact. They remember November. That is a fact. That is a fact. They remember November. Yep. So it's crazy, man. If you can, if you can beat, let's just say, you can beat Mizzou, you can beat Clemson even, you win 2 of your last 3, something like that. How quickly the problems you had in September, how quickly those problems will be forgotten. Those problems will just go by the wayside, right, Lance? Those problems will just go by the wayside. It's a what have you done for me lately type of business. It's a what have you done for me lately type of business. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Like I said, guys, my official prediction will drop tomorrow. Official prediction will drop tomorrow on tomorrow's podcast. And, of course, I'll have content and everything else around that. Also going to have I would say a brief preview breakdown of tomorrow night's basketball game. Also, women are playing, I believe, South Dakota. So we'll have that as well. There is basketball tomorrow. There is basketball tomorrow. And yours truly is very excited for it. Let's see. Cody Gaskin says, I'll take losing to Auburn and beating Mizzou and Clemson. Hey, same here. Same here. Yep, same here. Dude, 7-5 would be such a great year, man. 7-5 would be an incredible year. Noah John says, I'm locked in. South Carolina winning this game 27-24. Love it. Hey, just get the job done. I don't care about the score. Just get the job done. Cody Gaskin says final 3 games are against the Tigers. Yeah, isn't that weird, right? 3 different Tigers. Missouri Tigers, Auburn Tigers, and the Clemson Tigers. Wow. Lance Player says, if we beat Clemson, we are raging that night to cap off an 8-4 season. A Busch Latte overdose. Busch Latte straight to the veins, Lance. AJ Bowers says, I got a feeling the November slouch ends this year, get the big win this week, and have those boys fired up going into Auburn. Yeah, for sure. Jacob Edwards says, let's just beat Mizzou this weekend. I agree, man, because, again, it's just so funny. It's just so funny and how the narrative can change. It's such a week-to-week thing. Last week, this time, we weren't winning another game. Now we're not losing another game. If you lose to Mizzou, you're not winning another. I mean, it's just back and forth. So let's just keep perspective. I know Mizzou's not very good. Obviously, I've already gone on record and said Gamecocks +1, so it's pretty obvious who I'm taking in this game. I do feel good about the matchup overall, the way it sets up. You should be able to run the football. Is this team going to be playing with a newfound confidence? You would believe so after what we saw against Florida, but just got to go do it. Got to go do it, bottom line. Keep the edge. That's one of my keys to the game, guys. Keep your edge. And I don't worry about that necessarily. I don't worry about that with this team. I don't. I think South Carolina will keep that edge. I do. I think they will. I think they'll be prepared, ready to play, fired up. I mean, again, you still got a lot to prove. You're fighting for bowl eligibility. As much as Shane says they don't pay attention to it or they're not thinking about it. I mean, how can you not, right? How can you not? They know what's at stake. Sun Tzu OG. This weekend, the Gamecocks are on SEC Network. Tomorrow night, South Carolina's on ESPN News. So, interesting, for sure. ESPN News. Again, guys, got to stop Tyler Beatty in this one. Got to stop Tyler Beatty. Over. Already hit 1,000 yards. Sun Tzu says, Frank on his last leg, I feel bad for him. And I'll tell you this, and I talked about it a little bit last night at Tin Roof. I don't understand. I don't understand why Frank goes after. I mean, I get it, man. People are stupid on Twitter and all that, but it's like, dude, you're the head basketball coach. Like, what's the point? Like, did you really need to like own a guy that has like 100 followers and you have almost 100,000? Like, anyways, though, I like Frank too, man. I met Frank at the Welcome Home tour. I don't dislike Frank, but again, guys, it really just comes back. I mean, there's some Gamecock fans that think he should be here forever, and if you're in that camp, so be it. But it just comes back to, man, again, it's a results-oriented business, and you're in year 10, and if you miss the NCAA tournament again, it's just like, I mean, one tournament appearance in 10 years. I understand you went to the Final Four. I understand his players have his back, but, I mean, does your basketball program have any expectations at all? Does your basketball program expect to win at all? You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, if you miss the tournament, you just have to look in the mirror and ask yourself, okay, is one NCAA tournament appearance in 10 seasons good enough? Tanner Land chimes in and says, I don't feel bad for any coach that gets paid millions of dollars and they need to produce but never count out Frank the Tank Martin. Incapable of submission indeed. I mean, again, it's just what are the expectations? Because, again, Frank will talk about his 10-year record. He'll talk about his SEC record. That's all fine and dandy. But I hate to burst your bubble. Fans don't care. College basketball fans don't give a damn. The only thing that college basketball fans care about is making the NCAA tournament. And if you're not doing that, who cares? Like, who cares? Truly. I don't care how many SEC games you win. Go make the tournament. That's it. That's the entire conversation. Sun Tzu says, 7-5 of the recruiting process we have in our youngest SEC coaching staff. Sky's the limit if we win one of these three and exponentially it's the least successful first year. Nan Martin says, it's been a great week to be a Gamecock, seeing the coach on every show on the SEC Network and Waterboy too. Yesterday I said we would win by 10. Now I think we're going to kick ass. Time to bring out my go tell your mama what the big bird eats. Little Tigers falling into a cereal bowl shirt. Love that. Yeah, Nan, again, I'd take a 1-point win. I'm not going to be picky on Saturday. I'd take a 1-point win. I really would. Win's a win. Win's a win. Like I told you guys, I equate this team to a weekend warrior golfer, right? We've played our best round. We've played our worst round. But it is true with a golfer. It is true about this football team. That's not who you are at your best or worst on a consistent basis. The truth lies somewhere in the middle. And that is the question we're all looking for the answer to. Which Gamecocks football team shows up? Bottom line. Is it the one we saw this past weekend demolish the Florida Gators? Or is it the one we saw the previous 8 games that could not run the football, was undisciplined, making mistakes with penalties, was turning the football over? Which team? Which team shows up? You don't have to be as good as you were Saturday night against Florida to get the win in Mizzou. You don't have to be that good. But you need to be closer to that version of the Gamecocks than some of the previous we saw in College Station, in Knoxville, against Vanderbilt. Which team shows up? Which team shows up? Because, again, as Shane Beamer said, and I've said before this season as well, things are never quite as good as they seem, and things are never quite as bad as they seem. So who is this team? Who is this team? Because, again, this time last week, we weren't going to win another game. And now, all I've heard this week is we're never going to lose another game. I'm optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic. Up. Is it Jekyll or is it Hyde? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Nan Martin, what if we haven't played our best game yet? You really wouldn't call Saturday our best game, Nan? I mean, I think Saturday was the peak for us. I do. I think that was our best game. I mean, again, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I'd love to be, but I think that was our best game for sure. I think that was our best game, no doubt. I don't know. Sun 2 OG, totally agree on Frank. I think his physical health is actually paramount to his life. I mean, yeah, it certainly is. But I think from what I can tell, he's healthy now. I think he's healthy now. Jacob Edwards, they definitely need to continue to call the counters and let the guards pull. Those are money last week. Yeah. Whatever you did in the run game last week, do it again. Do it again. Whatever you did in the run game last week, do it again. Pretty simple. Again, guys, great Thursday to have a Thursday. Check out the podcast if you have not done so. Episode 534, breaking down everything with the Missouri game. Also, Nathan Pepper and a throwback conversation. Really, really good stuff. Again, content, guys, bleeding out of the eyeballs this week with basketball returning. I see some people, my good buddy Kirk is headed to Mizzou. Let's see. Jesse Jacobs says, I mean, it's not good enough, but it's par for the course with USC basketball. I mean, yeah. That's the unfortunate part, right? I mean, again, that's why I picked us to go 15 and 16 and 6 and 12 in SEC play. It's just kind of like, well, that's what we've done. I mean, again, people want to talk about the Final Four. What they don't want to talk about is that we're 58 and 60 since the Final Four. That's not an opinion. It's a fact. Those are hard numbers. Tyler Knoll says, feed Zaquandre White. Good things happen when this man touches the football. I agree. Feed Quan White, man. Feed Quan White. Dude's done a hell of a job. I mean, he runs with a bad attitude, and I mean that in the best possible way. So I think definitely he needs to touch the football. Travis says, I agree. It's pretty clear. We watched LSU tape when they played Florida. Yeah, LSU ran all over the Gators. So, very winnable game. Again, it all starts with the running game for the South Carolina football team. If you can run the football even remotely close to how you did last week, love your chances. Again, Mizzou averages giving up 271 yards per game on the ground. So you're going to have an opportunity to have a successful offensive day. That's for sure. You're going to have that opportunity. Can the Gamecocks capitalize? Again, which team shows up? Guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Want to continue to hear from you on this Thursday. We're going to take one final break. and then go to our last 15 minutes. But like I said, guys, want to hear from you, your questions, your comments, your calls, and more on the other side of the break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Guys, final 15 minutes here on a Thursday, November the 11th, 2021. Appreciate you all tuning in. My guy, DJ Sun Tzu OG, just followed us on social media, on Twitter. Appreciate you, DJ. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you. Appreciate the love. Jesse Jacobs says, I don't think it was our best game from the standpoint of we were 2 for 12 on third downs, and we took 4 field goals. Had to punch the ball in the end zone. I agree. Hey, I do agree with that in regards to, I think, a key that I didn't mention. I actually didn't even mention on the show. That's my bad. A key that I didn't mention is, converting when you get in the red zone, not settling for field goals. Steve Spurrier said it before, losers kick field goals, right? So you got to convert. 2 for 12 on third down also. Got to improve on that number. So I guess you're right in a way. That's the really encouraging thing is there are just so many things you can still improve on, even after a 23-point win over Florida. But, converting and capitalizing and scoring touchdowns and not kicking field goals, that is key. That is pivotal. Cannot settle for field goals and win games. Cannot do it. Have to capitalize. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. Want to continue to hear from you. Really excited going into kickoff, guys. By the way, quick reminder, Saturday in Fort Mill. We'll be at the Carolina Ale House location in Fort Mill, South Carolina. Yours truly will get there around 2 or 2:30. Watch party this Saturday, though. I want to see all of my Charlotte Gamecocks, Rock Hill Gamecocks, Fort Mill Gamecocks, of course. Again, I got a lot of ties in CLT. Excited to get back up there. Excited to get back up to that area. Going to be a really, really good time. Really, truly looking forward to it. So, going to be a ton of fun. Again, Gamecocks, in case you missed it, now a 2.5-point favorite in this game. 2.5-point favorite against Mizzou. Let's see. I'm looking for the college football schedule. What are the games? By the way, Shane Beamer, of course, live tonight, 7 to 8 for his call-in show. We'll be intrigued to see what Beamer has to say ahead of this one. I'm sure we'll get updates as well in regards to the health and status of the football team. So will be interesting to see, does a guy like Dylan Wanham, does he suit up? Does he play? What's the status of Jalen Dickerson? So we'll see. One game tonight, it's a good one, though. Pittsburgh and North Carolina, 7:30 kick on ESPN. How about 2 games tomorrow night? Cincy, South Florida, and Wyoming and Boise State. How about that? Bleak Mode says we will finish with an 8-4 record with Jason Brown as our quarterback. Dude, I hope so. I mean, I'd love that. I'd love that, dude. An 8-4 finish would be, unreal. Let's see. What do you think Luke Doty's next step is? Does he transfer or battle for the job next year? I think Luke Doty comes back. Number one, I think he loves being a Gamecock. Number one. Number two, I think he's got just as good a shot to win the job as anybody. Dude, he was, again, let's just not forget he was QB1 after the spring game and all throughout the preseason up until he got hurt. And then when he got better, he took over as QB1. So, and the only reason he lost his starting job is because he got hurt again and had surgery. So, yeah, Travi, I agree. 8-4 sounds insanely aggressive. It really does. It really does. Again, it's just funny, man. This time last week, we're not going to win another game. Now it's like we're going to win all the games. I've been the guy all season who's been injecting perspective, and I'll continue to be that guy. Am I excited? Am I fired up? Absolutely. But again, things are never as good as they seem. Things are never as bad as they seem. Are you going to play that well again? You don't have to play that well to beat Mizzou. But are you going to play close to that well? James Kendall says, if we walk out of that Clemson game 8-4, then you keep the tailgate open all night long. You do. Columbia will be a madhouse. Travis says, let's just duplicate this last game's performance and beat Mizzou. I agree. Dude, let's do it. Hey, just focus on this one. Just get that 6th win. That's all I'm worried about. AJ Bowers had one call last week on the show. The phone line will break tonight with calls. Jesse Jacobs says, realistically, I think we beat Mizzou, lose to Auburn and Clemson. Probably Birmingham Bowl again, LOL, but I will take it. I mean, I'd hate that finish. In a way, certainly I'd hate that finish. I will tell you, though, guys, again, I have enough perspective. You get to 6-6. That's a hell of a year for this team. That's a hell of a year. Don't, like I said, don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. That will be a hell of a season. 6-6 will be a hell of a season. I mean, you feel like maybe you'd miss out on some opportunity because, I really think, guys, like this is kind of the year you have to take advantage of Clemson. Because I think they're probably going to bounce back. I think they're probably going to get better. They've just got so much talent. They're recruiting at a very high level. And maybe they won't. And hopefully they won't. Hopefully they won't. But, man, I mean, at home, too, they're struggling. This is your best shot to beat them in quite a while. So this year really feels like the year that you got to take advantage. Really feels like you got to take advantage. So Travis says, exactly. Hope to make it to one day to a TSUS tailgate. Yeah, Travis, definitely, man. Definitely. Would love to have you. It's weird. Tailgating is not a thing for basketball, is it? That's not a thing. People even tailgate baseball games, but no, does anybody tailgate basketball? I don't feel like that's a thing. I really don't. I really don't think tailgating basketball is a thing. I've never heard of it. Not for South Carolina, at least. I think maybe like Duke and UNC and Kansas and those folks, but again, guys, less than 10 minutes to go here on a Thursday. Taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. The Gamecocks closing their season with 3 consecutive Tigers. It's almost like Tigers as a mascot is not that unique and stupid. Brian Jordan, we hanging out thirsty before the basketball games. Yeah, I should probably go there. That'd be fun. James Kendall, well, Chris, sounds like an untapped market. Indeed. Might have to make it happen. I think doing like a pregame show from Thirsty Fellow would be incredible. I think that'd be awesome. For like a big conference game or whatever. I think that'd be a ton of fun. Absolutely, it'd be a ton of fun. I definitely know and think and know for a fact TSUS tailgates, Rowdy Rooster tailgates will be a thing for baseball, no doubt. No doubt in my mind. Absolutely no doubt. Yep, they will be a thing for sure. They will be a thing. Yep. I'm definitely planning on that. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. We got a text here. Somebody said, do you think Parker White has the talent for the big league? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think dude's got the leg, no question. Why not? It's crazy how much Elliott Fry has struggled to find a job. I mean, That dude was a legend, man. That dude was an absolute legend. Hell of a kicker. You guys are quiet on a Thursday, I feel like. I feel like the crowd has been fairly tame. I feel like the crowd has been fairly tame on a Thursday. All good, all love. It's kind of nice, honestly. It's kind of nice in a way. You know, we're not all going crazy, fire this guy, fire. You know, Coach Ford's been very quiet this week. Have y'all noticed that? Coach Ford has been extremely quiet. We haven't talked Marcus Satterfield this week. Nothing, man. What? Just insane, dude. We haven't talked any Satterfield, Beamer, nothing. Coach Ford has gone into hiding. Going into straight up hiding. Wild. Yep. Wild what winning can do. Braves are World Series champions. Gamecocks just demolished Florida. I mean, life is good. James Kittle, I'm still in shock thinking about 3 TSUS tailgates in a weekend this spring. Probably what I'll do, James, we'll probably do, the tailgate will probably just be on Saturday for like that type of stuff. And then depending on when we play Clemson. So the Friday night game should be, or it will be, the game at Founders Park. Yeah. So the Friday night game will be the game at Founders Park. Because last year the Friday night game was supposed to be in Clemson. And you guys remember the game got postponed due to weather. So the non-conference schedule has not dropped yet for baseball. But, yeah, we'll definitely update you guys again. Baseball, I think we're 99 days to first pitch. So we got some time. James Kendall says, I'm still in shock. Oh, no, I just read that. Sorry. AJ Bowers says, we beat both Mizzou and Auburn. Do you think the expectations are high for the Clemson game? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Absolutely they will be. How could they not be? How could they not be if you come in that game 7-4? Tyrell Campbell Sr., appreciate the love. TSUS.store, my friend. If you like what you see, we got this and much more Clem Sucks merch. Just got this hat in the mail yesterday. TSUS.store is where you can find it. Jacob Edwards, any thoughts on the college football playoff rankings? Not really, other than we need a group of 5 playoff. And if Cincinnati and teams like that really ever want to have a shot, they need their own playoff. Or the expanded playoff. So I'll be honest with you, man. Jacob, I don't pay attention really that much to it because, I mean, we're not in it. Who cares? Like, it's not us. You know, the typical suspects are in there. Of course, Georgia's number 1. Who gives a damn, bro? It ain't got nothing to do with us. It's got nothing to do with us, unfortunately. Hopefully one day it will. Hopefully one day it will. So, again, guys, been a hell of a Thursday. Appreciate you all tuning in. Quick reminders. Check out the podcast. If you have not done so, episode 534. Breaking down everything with this weekend, the game at Mizzou. Top storylines, key matchups to watch for, keys to the game, all of that good stuff. Also, guys, just one last reminder. Watch party, Saturday. Carolina Ale House in Fort Mill, South Carolina. Going to be a really, really good time. Hope to see you all out there. Like I said, guys, tomorrow, Colton Carnell, again, TSUS.store, all that and much, much more merch. Guys, if you want merch for the Clemson game, more. I've actually got a Clem Sucks hoodie as well that came in. Order it now. I'm telling you, order it now. If you order it past probably tomorrow, I can't really guarantee that it's going to be there in time for the Clemson game. But if you can go ahead and order it now, I can guarantee you it will get to you by then. So, again, be sure to snag yours. Would love to see a lot of folks rocking Clem Sucks merch all around Willie B. With that being said, guys, I am out. Appreciate you all tuning in. Have a fantastic rest of your Thursday.